Hello and welcome to Design Boss Dialogue, the podcast where bold and ambitious women in interior design come for real conversations to transform and take their businesses to new heights. I am your host, Lisa-Marie Elkhadraoui, interior designer and business mentor, here to share my experiences and insights into running an interior design business, as well as empowering you to build the confident, profitable design business you've been dreaming of and truly deserve. In this space, we blend creativity with strategy to help you craft your success and thrive in the world of design. Every episode is packed with unfiltered, no BS conversations, daily inspiration, and actionable business tips to turn your passion into a thriving, cash-rich business. Together, we're redefining what it means to succeed in the interior design industry, one intentional, game-changing decision at a time. So get ready to step up, elevate, and create the design empire you've always envisioned. Hello, happy New Year 25. We are back with a bang. I am your host, Lisa-Marie Elkhadraoui, and I'm ready to support you with all things interior design and business for 2025. I am so excited to get this year going, and whilst 2024 was such a wonderful year on so many aspects, I have loved taking time off to spend time with my boys, my gorgeous husband, and my family over Christmas. I had my nieces, my brother-in-law, I had my auntie with me, as well as my cousin who is like my big sister and her gorgeous little boy, and just spending time cooking, eating, laughing, joking. It was the perfect medicine for the soul. But it is really nice to be back, and I'm ready to dive into my clients' worlds again, as well as open arms to new amazing women and welcome them into the Design Boss family. I really enjoyed utilising this time off as well, thinking about the year ahead, building my personal vision board. I did this with Eden, my eldest, on New Year's Eve. We got into our pajamas, we got our magazines out, we built our boards, and then we watched the fireworks at midnight, which was just lovely. I set my intentions for the year. I looked at my forecasts and my figures, and really also understanding how far I can push myself across the businesses in 2025. And just also taking time out to enjoy the fresh air. All of you know I absolutely love nature. And taking walks to think about how I want to craft the year ahead, what I want to achieve, not only for my businesses, but my family, and ultimately for the women that come into my world and that I work alongside in their businesses. But this year for me, it's about more in person. So there will be a lot more opportunities for strategy and creative days with me. And I've also set a limit on the amount of one-to-one work I take on, because I want to truly deliver a service that also goes hand in hand with the morals and values I have for my design businesses. And that's all about high-level customer service and ensuring that you coming into working with me and getting coached and mentored, and everything that you need from me as a coach and mentor is 100%. Today's podcast is all about starting the year off with a bang. Now, if this is your first week back, then I wanted to dive into 7 things that I want you to consider to springboard you and your interior design business into 2025 the right way. I want you to use this podcast, which will help you move through Q1 and 2025. The first is vision. Now, you hear me talking about this a lot, but it is such an important thing to consider. What is your vision? Now is a really good time to start thinking about what is your purpose and the why behind what you do, because the purpose and the why will go hand in hand with what you're striving for in your business and your personal life. Your vision or your goals will be your yearly, 3 or 5 year plans that you really want to achieve. And with that, I want you to start to put an actionable strategy in place. Now, in my free downloadable ebook, 7 Ways to Springboard Your Interior Design Business and Redefine Your Success, which you can find the link in the show notes below, the first section is all about the business basics and setting yourself up for success alongside the vision. And this is something we talk about in section 1 of the book, is the vision and the plan. So with the vision, you need to write this down and be clear, be crystal clear about the long-term vision and the mission for your business. It's almost like your North Star. And if you were following our Advent Calendar podcast over the month of December, we had a couple of different podcasts all about your vision, your North Star, and why it's so important to have this in your business. And I want you to think big. I want you to go outside the box. I want you to feel stretchy and uncomfortable with thinking big. What are you working towards? What are you striving for in your business? The next thing is the strategy that goes with that. So I want you to look at the next 12 months ahead. Cut it into quarters. We're in Q1 at the moment, January, February, March. So cut it into Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4 and start to focus to work on each quarter and feed into the 12 months, the 3 or 5 year goal. What is it that you want to achieve in the first quarter of the year, the first 6 months? What do you want to achieve by the end of the year? And remember, set SMART goals, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Set SMART goals to help you track your progress of what you want to achieve in 2025. So I'm going to give you an example, okay, of what I'm doing, because I always like to create some tangible realness around what I talk about. So I set myself the intention to reach my first 100K, my first 6 figures in Design Boss Diary, considering we've only been open and I launched the company in April last year. I want to hit my first 6 figures by August. Okay. Now, we will have been open 16 months. Now, it can be really easy to pluck a figure out of thin air, but how does this figure become achievable? Okay. So for me, it was about looking at the data and the analytics behind the figure, as well as thinking about what services do I need to offer? How many women can I take on in what months? What extra resources could I lay on? What could I do with the podcast? What could I do with masterclasses? What could I do with events? How much am I going to charge for these? And really plan them out and formulate a 12-month roadmap, a 15, 16-month roadmap from when I first started the business, and plan to help bring that to life. Then all of that feeds into my content, my visibility plans on how to market myself, what I want to offer and why. And then that helps the sales come in turn, supporting me to get to my targeted goal for the business. So when I started the business, I had a vision and a goal. When I reached 6 months into that, I reviewed the vision and the goal. I got to December again. I looked at my forecast, my vision, my goal for 2025, and how could I achieve creating a business for 100,000, my first 6 figures, and when that was going to happen. So for me, I was really crystal clear on what I wanted to achieve, how I was going to achieve that, then setting the products and services in place, the costs, how many women that I wanted to bring into my world, what that intention looked like. We can all set an intention, but it's the actionable plan that goes alongside the strategy that supports your business. So what do you need to put in place if you haven't yet done so? And what does that achievable plan look like for you? Okay, so I really want you to think about your vision and your strategy for 2025. And what do you financially want to achieve? What do you want to achieve maybe in a goal of community? How many people you want to bring into your business? How many clients you want to work with? Do you want to start to run workshops? Do you want to launch a podcast? What does that look like for you? And how are you going to build that in your world? Secondly, building a structured and disciplined operation within your business. Okay, so I talk a lot about this in my coaching and mentoring business with my one-to-one clients, because so many women come to me with situations that have arisen with clients. And the first thing I always ask is, what are your disciplines within your business across the board? What do you have in place in terms of structures? Having discipline in your interior design business practices and a structured approach to your daily activities is crucial for creating a successful business model. This combination fosters efficiency, consistency, and growth, which are essential for any interior designer looking to thrive in a competitive market. Building a structure in your business can be anything from a weekly routine of when you start and stop, when you go out for meetings, surveys, and stay in the office for creative and admin days, and being disciplined to put strict boundaries in place for clients, such as only email as a mode of communication and not WhatsApp, because you can go down a rabbit hole with having information on WhatsApp, having information on email, having information on voice notes. So it's really, really important to only communicate a certain mode of communication for your clients. Answering emails every 24 to 48 hours so that you're not a ball and chain to your email server every single day. Having an auto reply on your emails, so when a client emails you, they get an auto reply to say thank you for your email. I respond to my emails every 24 to 48 hours. If it's an emergency, you can call this number. If not, I'll get back to you within the designated time frame. Then they've got an auto response to their email and they know you're going to come back and pick it up. They know you're not ignoring them. Having business operational hours clearly communicated on your terms and conditions, any paperwork you have, your email footer, or when you liaise with a client, so that they know if they do contact you around 8, 9, 10 p.m. at night, because that's when they've switched off from their day job and they're catching up with their design project or work, they know that they're not going to expect a response until the next working day, and that is absolutely fine. You are putting discipline in place. You are giving yourself a strict structure, supporting your time and energy, which are two very precious assets in your design business. And when these are abused, you start to get grinded down. And that's when balls start to drop. And we cover this across 7 ways to springboard your interior design business. And it's a section I'm extremely passionate on because with us designers, we carry so much emotion when it comes to a project or a client. And of course, that's not to say we shouldn't put our heart and our soul into what we do, but having the structures and healthy boundaries in our business helps us create good habits. It develops a business which gives you freedom to work how you want and not how your clients want you to work. You do not want your clients to dictate your work schedule. You started a business to dictate your work schedule, not the other way around. So now we are at the start of a new year, and in 2025, what structures are you going to put in place in your design business? Making small, simple shifts in how you display when you work and how clients can communicate with you and how you address your emails are so powerful in protecting your time and energy. So look at what you want to shift and let go of as well. Thirdly, I want you to really unlock your true potential this year. This is your year to shine the brightest you've ever shone. This is your year to unlock your true potential as an interior designer. And it involves more than just honing your design skills. It requires a holistic approach to personal and professional development. I want you to embrace continuous learning. I want you to be creative and explore how to grow within your strategic thinking. I want you to push the boundaries of cultivating a growth mindset. I want you to adopt a positive mental attitude for 2025. And what does that look like for you? So just because we have a business doesn't mean we need to stop learning. In fact, when you become a business owner, you need to learn more. Don't settle for being comfortable or staying put or adopting excuses of why you can't invest in personal and business development. Your interior design business will need to ever evolve, and you need to continue to develop your skill set, not only in how you run a business, but in creative output as well. Mentorship is 100% a great way to elevate your growth and get support to thrive and build a confident business model. And look to work with someone that you align to energetically, that's walked your path in business, and you can see the results. Work with someone that you're excited to work with, that you can bounce ideas off, that can be your springboard in your business. And with that, this year marks the second year that I'm working with my amazing business coach, and I've also just signed up with another second coach to double up on 2 areas in my business that I want to ensure I'm not only performing my best in, but I'm shit hot, literally. Not only for me, but the women I coach and mentor too. And really understanding that to succeed in what you want to do, you have to invest in time, money, and energy. But the rewards equally speak for themselves. And it's not about the quick fixes. It's about the slow and steady that wins the race. And I want you to really understand that. If you're looking for quick fixes in your business, you are going to burn out and you are not going to succeed. You're never going to get to where you want to go. You need to understand that it's about the small actionable steps you take on a daily basis, and the long-term support that you get with that is about long-term gain and success. So in order to grow within our businesses, our minds and ourselves, so would you rather spend 3 years looking for answers and not really growing your company at the rate you wanted to grow? Or spend money investing in people that you know will teach, support and guide you to give you the right information and help you grow faster, making more money and more success along the way? Because, hey, we're all in it for the financial freedom. We're all in it for reaching our goals. But sometimes we need to invest to get that information, and we need to invest in the right people. I want you to think about what you're going to change this year, what excuses you're going to let go of. Because I find that's where so many people come stuck when they think of getting support or finding the right answers. They do not see support, mentoring or coaching as a necessity or a vital part of their business growth, because they see coaching and mentoring as a bit of a luxury, or courses or tools as a bit of a luxury, rather than it's actually a vital tool in our business. Think about it. If you want to be more open to looking at how to expand your knowledge and growth this year and really take those steps forward to finding the right support for you and your business, then think about cultivating a growth mindset and what support do you need to help propel you forward in 2025. Okay, next on the list, I want this year to be your year that you banish self-limiting beliefs and you overcome imposter syndrome within your interior design business, or any business, in fact. I want you to understand that a strong, confident mindset is vital for achieving sustained success in the industry. But I want you to ask yourself, what are your self-limiting beliefs? What are your blockages? And what do you really need support on overcoming to banish the imposter syndrome, to banish the blockages? Now, I'm a huge believer that you should show up as the multi-figure businesswoman you want to become each and every day. But how do you do that? I know when I do my particular morning routine, which is made up of getting up first thing in the morning, speaking to my subconscious, really talking to my mindset, doing my mindset work, my journaling, my affirmations, working on banishing my self-limiting beliefs myself. I do energy tapping. I then go into stretching. I go into training. I listen to a podcast. I get ready. And I start my day naturally at about 10 to 5 every single morning to really work on my mindset. Now, I'm not asking you to get up at 10 to 5 in the morning with me, but I'm asking you to look at when you get up and can you start to shift your clock 5 minutes before, 10 minutes before, to get your body into a routine, to get a really strong morning routine to support you and your mindset. Now, I know when I do my morning routine, which is what I've just spoken about, I do my subconscious work, I do my training, my positive narratives to get myself ready. I step into my work clothes, I do my hair, I do my makeup, I put my best jewelry on, and I really step into the woman I envisage. It really helps me perform well for that day. I feel elevated in my stance. I feel really good about myself because I've trained. I've worked on my mindset. I know who I'm becoming for that day ahead to get ready for the women that I want to coach. So starting to shift those limiting beliefs and taking charge of your own narrative and setting yourself up for the day is 100% crucial to becoming the businesswoman you want to be. If you want to elevate your interior design business and stand out in the industry, welcome those gorgeous unicorn clients that we talk about, and generate a fully booked interior design business, then you've got to understand it all starts with you. No one else apart from you. So if you start the day strong with a morning routine that sets you up right, this is going to help ripple into the rest of your day. Think about what you're going to tell yourself each morning from when you get out of bed and how you're going to run your day. And it's the small shifts we make in our routines every single day without fail, without creating anything to overwhelm, that can really help us become the people we want to become. So we don't want to obviously create a massive morning routine that's going to bring so much overwhelm, but we want to start with small things. That might be getting out of bed and stretching in the morning, saying positive affirmations, really working on your subconscious. You might add some stretching and some training in if you want to. And then naturally after a couple of weeks, you might add something else in, a podcast. You might do some more journaling. But I want you to write down here and now what your self-limiting beliefs are so that you can see them in front of you, okay? Now, park the morning routine aside, because if you can implement that, that would be great. But the first thing we really want to do, and I know this can be a bit of a difficult task, but I think it will make you realise what you need to work on and give you a starting point. So write down your self-limiting beliefs and what you want to change. Also, write down what you're proud of and your achievements, that you can turn these into support tools for when you have got imposter syndrome or you are feeling low in your business. I want you to stop comparing your interior design business to others and start focusing on what you want to achieve so that it keeps you focused. The only person you should be comparing yourself to is the person you were yesterday. And if you can say that you're 1% better than the person you were yesterday, then hey, my friend, you're already winning. Like, you don't need to compare yourself to anyone else apart from yourself. So when women come to work with me, I ask them to give me 28 days to start working on themselves and get the support and start talking about it. So get the support of what you want to banish and how you want to run your day. And that goes hand in hand normally with a coach or a mentor. So ask them to support you with that. Working on your subconscious mind through audio tools, affirmations, journaling, and backing these up with exercises like a 10-minute morning routine, stretching, and inspirational short podcasts to start the day right. So this kind of all goes hand in hand together. What do you want to banish? What do you want to work on? What are you proud of to help support you when you are feeling low? And craft that morning routine out for you. Think about how you can change your narrative in your day so that you're creating a happier, more confident you. Fifth element of what I want you to think about for 2025 is I want you this year to really price your worth and don't undermine what value you can bring to the table. As an interior designer, mastering the art of your services and pricing is crucial to building a thriving and sustainable business. The way you package and price your offerings not only impacts your bottom line, but also influences how potential clients perceive your value and professionalism. You want to refine your service offerings and develop a smart pricing structure that reflects the quality and uniqueness of your work. By perfecting these elements, you can attract your ideal clients, ensure profits, and establish a strong foundation for long-term success in the interior design industry. Now, if you have started the year with a narrative of I pluck figures out of thin air with my pricing, the calculations I've been taught in courses are complicated, they feel sticky, and I still don't understand how much I need to charge to what I want to make in my business, or I constantly reinvent the pricing wheel, add a couple of zeros on, take a couple of zeros off, then I would strongly advise you grab the bull by the horns and think about what you're offering and really delve into your services and the way you price and find a system that works. In the early years, I went through the exact same feelings as you, and I got so emotionally tired of not really understanding how to price a breadth of services effectively. And I went out of my way to find a method that made pricing more simplistic yet profitable in my business. And when I really understood what that method was, my business doubled and tripled nearly overnight. I saw huge rewards from understanding how to price services simply yet effectively and confidently at the same time. And then when I created this coaching and mentoring company, Design Boss Diary, I knew I wanted to share that model with as many women as possible. So I created Fully Booked and Highly Paid, which is my profitability pricing method. And I share these exact strategies that I use in my interior design business across the private residential sector and show home sector to help support you in your design business. Now, why reinvent the pricing wheel and feel pricing overwhelm in your business when you can become confident in your service suite and what you offer instantly? If the information is there, then surely it makes sense. I have the solution to help you fight pricing overwhelm. You also need to get really clear on how you charge and what the best model is for you and your business. And there can be a few factors that influence this. Your fixed business expenses, your variable business expenses, how many hours you want to work in a week, in a year, and how many set weeks do you want to take off each year? What's a real realistic figure that you want to aim to pay yourself? And then I would highly suggest you get a financial tracker in place for all this information, as well as monthly and quarterly project revenue, so that you can start to look at forecasting data to help build up a realistic picture of your business finances, which will help you see peaks and troughs in your business model. It will also help you forecast on a long range and understand how your business is performing quarter by quarter. The sixth item I want you to consider this year is, in the highly competitive world of interior design, standing out from the crowd is essential for attracting and retaining clients. Enhancing your visibility and maintaining consistency in your branding and marketing efforts are crucial. By effectively showcasing your work and staying top of mind with potential clients, you can build a strong, recognizable brand that drives business growth. And on the 22nd of January, I will be running a masterclass on how to build a magnetic brand in 2025, which goes hand in hand with enhancing your visibility and staying consistent with that. And it's something I cover also in my free downloadable ebook, 7 Ways to Springboard Your Interior Design Business. It's really important to develop an online presence. It's always good to have somewhere where you can redirect your ideal clients to, whether that's a website, a social media page, or a blog. And when you're starting your interior design business, the best advice I can give is to create a simple yet visually appealing and user-friendly website that showcases your style and your portfolio, services and pricing, and any testimonials that you may have collected from work that you've done already. Have a really strong contact us page with calls to action and your business operational hours, which we've touched upon in structures and discipline, and have a form for people to easily get in touch. And make sure you ensure your website is optimized for search engines, SEO, to improve your visibility in your search results. So if you're listening to this thinking, do you know what? I could improve in my social media, I could improve in my website, I actually haven't done SEO in a couple of years, or that's next on my list. Really look at how you're presenting yourself to the outside world and how your brand looks and is perceived by other people. Ensure your branding is completely consistent across all platforms. So your website, your social media, email marketing, and any printed materials, your branding is recognizable and flows. Use the same logo, color scheme, and typography to create a cohesive brand identity, which is really important because then if someone goes onto social media, then links through to a website, sees a piece of marketing material in a magazine, they're going to very easily start to recognize that that is your brand. Maintain a consistent tone and style in your communication as well. So whether it's professional, friendly, or inspirational, your brand voice should reflect your business's personality and values all the time. Now, in this day and age, it's also really important to maintain an active presence on social media platforms like Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, or LinkedIn, or we've got Threads now. So you want to pick a platform and post consistently to keep your audience engaged and to attract new followers. This means that if you haven't updated your website in a while, your social media pages are still gaining traction and you can show current and new material. Attend industry events where you can. This year, really expand and widen your network. So trade shows and conferences to network with other professionals and potential clients is absolutely key to building up a brand, but also getting your brand and your business out there. Speaking events can also enhance your credibility and visibility. So if you're a designer, maybe that you're growing or ready to scale into a larger business capacity, then think about where you want your brand and your interior design business to sit. Do you want to speak more at events? Consider this year writing guest posts for popular design blogs or participate in interviews, podcasts, and magazine articles. And when you do this, and the PR that comes off the back of this positions you as an industry expert and leader, reaching new audiences. And if you're in your early years, then you can also send press releases to local media and industry publications about significant projects, awards that you're looking at, or new services. Media coverage in general can significantly boost your visibility, and I would suggest that you look at a PR and marketing plan for your business in 2025 to see what are your visions and your goals for PR and marketing this year and what do you want to achieve. Also, don't underestimate the power of email marketing. If you can, create an email newsletter through MailerLite or ActiveCampaign and send regular newsletters to your email list with updates on latest projects, blog posts, industry news, trends, and provide value with design tips and exclusive offers to keep your audience engaged. If you had a social media platform and overnight it got taken away, if you had an engaged following on an email newsletter campaign, you would very easily be able to pick up that following and still have people within your business. So it's really important that you do delve into email marketing if you don't already, and start to really engage and connect with your audience of people that follow your business. And lastly, but by no means least, leverage social media for business growth. Now, in today's digital age, social media has become an indispensable tool for businesses across all industries, and interior design is no exception. Platforms like Instagram, with its visual-centric approach, provide a unique opportunity for interior designers to showcase their creativity, connect with a broader audience, and build a compelling brand presence. Leveraging social media effectively can not only drive engagement and attract potential clients, but also establish you as an authority in your interior design field. Now, in 7 Ways to Springboard Your Interior Design Business, we delve into strategies to maximize the potential of social media and Instagram, helping you really elevate your business and reach it to new heights. So, first impressions always count, and when you are launching a social media page or you're leveraging social media, Instagram, Facebook, make sure a brand photograph or brand logo is uploaded for people to find you. You have an elevator pitch for your bio, and this needs to really capture the essence of what you do and what you are there to solve or work on or offer. And create your first 3 pinned posts using Canva, which is a great tool to create content in that can sit really well across your social media pages. You want to also talk about who you are, your company, how people can work with you, your services, your prices, and why choose you as a business. Think about the type of imagery that you post as well. So high quality images and videos showcasing your work, and be consistent with your posting as well. So really leveraging social media, you want to try and aim for achievable posting, whether that's once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. I know people that do it more, but it's what feels right for you and your business, and be consistent with that, and really mix it up between static photos, carousels, reels, videos, and lives, so that behind the scenes with the algorithm, it gets really used to how you're posting and what you're doing, and really look at utilizing stories as well to showcase your before and afters, what you're doing in houses, in projects, and who you're working with. People love to see the impact of how you work. So posting before and after photos of your design projects can be incredibly engaging and demonstrate your zone of genius, your skills effectively. So you'll find a link to our free ebook, 7 Ways to Springboard Your Interior Design Business. And in section 7, we cover all of this as well in depth. Thank you so much for tuning into today's podcast. And from your interior design business coach and mentor, I am not only here to support you in your design business for 2025, but here to wish you all a fantastic year ahead. I'm sending you so much positivity and motivation for 2025. And here's to a successful, profitable, confident year for you and your business. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Design Boss Dialogue. If you love what you heard, then please share the podcast with your friends and any women that could do with a dose of empowerment just from me. I would love to hear your thoughts around today's podcast with your key takeaways and wins, because your feedback means everything to me. Also, don't forget to leave a review as well as hit that follow button so you never miss out on any inspiring conversations with me or any other trailblazing women I have on. Stay tuned for more exciting episodes, and remember, unleashing your inner design power and unlocking your true potential is only a click away. See you next time.